Hey, boys and girls, it's good to see y'all up here this morning. How many of you like to go fishing? Have you ever been fishing? All the guys, none of the girls. Okay, Millie does. All right. Well, I brought a hula popper today, okay? A hula popper. Have you ever seen this? This is something, you've seen one, Hadley? Okay. This attracts the fish, and it pops on the water. And one day I was fishing with the hula popper, and the fish were just biting. And I was having such a good time because I would bring a fish in, and my son-in-law would take it off, and I'd throw back out. I'd get another one. My son-in-law would take it off. I didn't have to touch anything. But you know something, boys and girls? There is no worm on this. It's a hook on there, and it pops, and the fish are tempted to be able to bite it, and then we catch fish. Well, this hula popper is a little bit like Satan. We are tempted to do things, and sometimes it's just by a noise, like the popping sound on this. Sometimes it might be something like, to me, I'd go after something if it had chocolate or candy on it, but, you know, something like that. We're tempted by different things. I look at the church this morning. Our church should be packed, and there's so many people not here. This morning, they're being tempted by different things to not come into church. And do you know who's tempting them? Is Satan. And Satan tempts us to do so many things. He tempts us and tells us that it's okay to do different things that it's not okay to be able to do. Come on in, girls, boys, how are y'all? When we look at, here's one, you can sit right here if you want to. And you want to sit over here? Okay. Y'all make room for him, okay? Slide down, boys. But we're tempted to be able to do things that we shouldn't be doing. And Satan does that. Satan knows what tempts us. You know, for some of you, it might be candy. Somebody may say, would you do this if I gave you a Snickers candy bar? And sometimes you have to, I see those wheels turning. It's like, well, you know, I think about it. And for you girls, it might be, if I gave you a new stuffed animal or a baby doll, would you do this? You know, sometimes it's money. We tempt with money. And sometimes it's other things. But Satan is tempting us. And what happens with that fish when he sees this temptation? It pops in the water. It costs him his life. And that's what happens to us if we are not careful. Because many of the sins, the temptations that the devil tries to tempt us with, will cost us our lives. Boys and girls, Satan is real. And Satan he knows our weaknesses, and he wants to tempt us to be able to do bad things. And we all sin. Every day, we all sin. But Satan wants to tempt us to always sin and not to ever do good and not to ever ask Christ into our hearts. Boys and girls, that's the reason we have you down here, is we want you to one day ask Christ into your heart and be a child of God, so that we can have Christ, who died for our temptations, who died for our sins, to be able to help us to get through those temptations. Boys and girls, let's walk real quietly up to Children's Church.